Hi guys, and welcome to another video from Stupid as a Norm, the channel where we demonstrate how to become a millionaire in 10 years whilst earning only minimum wage. And in this video I want to explain to you why it's so bloody hard to become wealthy. It's a bit like an aircraft. An aircraft burns off 10% of its fuel just getting it into the air. You see, the aircraft isn't a thing of the air, it's a thing of the ground. And if you stop pushing fuel into the engine, it comes to the ground quite quickly. And so it takes an inordinate amount of fuel, 10% of it, just to get it into the air, to overcome the initial inertia. It's a bit like if you've ever pushed a mate's car or somebody who's got stuck in the snow. It's hard to get the thing moving, but once it's going, it becomes much easier. And it's a bit like that becoming wealthy. It's really, really hard at first, but the more you earn, the more income, passive income you generate, the easier it becomes. When I first started, I was working for the first 3 years, every day. Well, I took Christmas Day and Boxing Day off, but other than that, it was 7 days a week. But now, once I bought my first, second and third properties, and then I bought a serviced accommodation property, I reduced the hours down to 60 hours. So it becomes easier because there was money coming in from passive sources that mean I didn't have to work so hard to generate the income to invest. Now, I'm just in the process of selling my serviced accommodation property, and hopefully it completes next Friday. When that does, I'll have about £45,000 cash in the bank, a nice little buffer, but I'll be down to three properties. But that doesn't bother me so much, because if you've been watching my journey, you'll know that I've acquired some angel investments, so I'm going to use their money to buy future property. So I don't physically have to work to generate the income to reinvest, because that's coming from angel investors. So I'm going to reduce my hours even further to 40 hours a week, which will be almost like being retiring, given that I've spent a large portion of the 6 years working at 80 hours a week. My point is, I couldn't have achieved any of this without doing all that hard work first. If hard work wasn't necessary, you'd already have that which it is you desire. So it's your willingness or unwillingness to do the hard work right at the front that will dictate whether you're going to be wealthy or not. And I can assure you, your life won't be well-rounded, it won't be balanced. There'll be a work-life imbalance. There has to be a work-life imbalance towards the work initially, just as the plane requires an initial 10% suck on that fuel to get it into the air, and then once it's up there, it can start sipping from the fuel until it gets to its destination, when it practically glides down onto the ground. There's a direct correlation in this country between working and, or rather not working, and poverty. If you're not working, you're living in pretty much relative poverty. You look at someone who's on benefits, or even someone who's existing on the state pension, it is relative poverty. The converse is true, however, that the more you work, the more hours you work, the more money you work, and the more money you can invest. And don't listen to these people who say that, oh, you shouldn't be working hard, you should be working smart. Well, how about working hard and smart? There's no getting away. The hard work comes first. The genuine is no avoiding it. But I'm living proof, if you wish, that it will get easier, in my experience at least. But you can't initially avoid that hard work. So expect the hard work. Don't try to look at ways to avoid it. Don't try to look at schemes that will get you round it. You have to do the hard work first. And that's why most people don't become wealthy. There's a price to pay for everything. Most people aren't willing to pay the price. Don't you be that person. Don't be stupid, and don't be normal, guys.